Morning, Taxi Chronicles here. I'm going to talk about shoplifting. Now, I thought shoplifting was a thing of the past. I thought it was the 80s, 90s, things like that. I didn't think people shoplift anymore, but the other day I had a policewoman in the car, and she is saying she works in Westfields in West London. So that would be the White City, Shepherd's Bush, whatever you want to call it. And she's saying constantly people are stealing from the shops there, and that's why they need a police station there, and they're kind of just walking around. But they can't actually grab people unless the shops want them to be arrested, because it's not their land, it's private land. And she's explaining about the policies, about even telling them to leave the shopping centre. They can't escort people out the shopping centre unless the company themselves, the Westfield, say, please get these people off our land. They're trespassing, things like that. So that being said, I went to Westfield that same day, within that hour that I just spoken to the police for them. I still didn't believe that people shoplift. And then as I was walking into Superdry, there was this big security guy, big Nigerian guy. And he had caught this elderly lady. Man, she was like, not sure where, somewhere from Eastern Europe. And she had a trolley, and he had about 3 big coats and some other clothes that he was holding. And he was speaking to another lady. And he was saying to her, "Is this your mother?" And she was like, and he said, "Is this your mother?" And she said, "Yes." He said, "Oh, because she's elderly, I'm not going to embarrass her, but tell her she can never come back to the shop again." And said, "Okay." And I thought that was very nice, very humble. And I thought the things that elderly people could get away with. But then I thought about, if it, as a young person, think about how that worked. You got told never to come back to that shop again. So now you're out with your partner 5 years later, and your partner wants to go to Superdry, and you can't go in the shop because you've been banned. How embarrassing is that? Well, it became apparent that, yeah, there are a lot of people still stealing, and I'm surprised at this day and age you can make money on social media, you can make money doing many different things, but they're still on the tip that they can steal. I know that you've got drug addicts and people with addictions who may steal because they're not thinking out, they're in another world. But it's just very surprising. So I just thought I'd share that with you and see what your thoughts are on that story and on shoplifting in general, because I just thought, with all this CCTV cameras, most shops know you're in the shop before you even do. So it's kind of pointless. Anyway, Taxi Chronicles.